buying any project after it's been released and it's on the secondary market, it's a hard question. You're not sure if you should buy in early, wait a little bit, get some confirmation. New people and experienced people are always having these questions. Let's jump in and check out when you should actually make that purchase. First up, I want to say if you could hit up that like button, it really helps out with the YouTube algorithm. Also down the bottom, there are chapters so you can fast forward to the sections that you want to help you navigate the video easier. This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Please do your own research before jumping into the NFT space. First up, I want to say a big shout out goes to Giles. He actually reached out to me on Twitter and asked me about when you should actually kind of buy into a project, because he's new to the space and he just wanted to kind of get my thoughts and my ideas on it when it comes down to a project. So that's the inspiration for this video. If you've got an idea for a video, drop a comment below, tweet at me on Twitter, and if it makes sense and I feel I can add value to it, I'll actually jump in, make the video, and do a little bit of a shout out. But overall, I think that everyone will get value from this video, but I especially think newer people that aren't as sure when it comes down to the pricing cycles of NFTs will get more value out of it. Let's jump into it. Now look, the first chance to do a buy will be with the public sale and whitelist sale. Now, if you are on the whitelist for a hyped project and you feel like it will sell out, there is no need to buy on the very first second that the whitelist opens. You can actually wait for the whitelist to kind of tick over, see what the initial minting is like, and see what the secondary sales are like. This is a good option because it can mean that you're not essentially buying in first and you're not the guinea pig. You can actually wait to see how the project is going, what the secondary sales are like, and see what people are saying for the people that are going to be in the public sale, what they're saying, and if they are buying up all of the whitelist spots when it comes to the secondary market. Now, I've actually done a video on whitelist and why I feel like they can be a dangerous situation. You can watch that video up here after you've checked out this one, of course. Now look, if you can't get on the whitelist and you can only get the public sale, jumping on when the public sale actually goes live and actually see what the momentum and hype is like. This should be a follow-on from the whitelist. If the whitelist completely sold out and there's a very strong secondary sales, then it means that the public sale is going to be quite strong. Have a look. Don't necessarily jump in a FOMO in to begin with, depending on the size of the project, and have a look and see if you can see when the sales will cap out, because if it looks like it's going to take 3 or 4 hours for the project to completely mint, you can actually buy in when you get to like hour 2 or hour 3 mark. If the FOMO is crazy, you can actually jump in and get it immediately, but you don't actually need to get it when the public sale starts to release. The teams and the people that have already bought into the project are going to hype it up to try to build that momentum to make sure it sells out, but you're under no obligation to actually jump in and buy it. Now, when it comes down to the secondary market, when should you actually buy in? You should never buy in before the reveal. The reason I say this is that after the reveal, there is always a chance that the price fall will drop, and that chance is quite high. What you'll notice is that with a lot of projects, when the reveal happens, the price fall drops. So if you can't get in on the public sale, or you've come into something a little bit late and the reveal hasn't happened, wait until the reveal is done, because that's when you can actually get a really good deal. What I would actually do is I wouldn't buy anything after the reveal until about an hour afterwards. The main reason being is there will be some people that don't know how to refresh the metadata. There will be some people out there with rarity sniffing tools to actually kind of snipe those rarer NFTs, and also kind of buy them before the person gets to refresh the metadata and actually see what they've got. But the idea here is this is for the everyday purchaser and someone who may not have those tools at their disposal. Now, when you are doing this, you're waiting for the reveal and you want to give that hour or so people have the time to refresh the metadata, see where the price fall is going. Over that 1 hour period, there will be people kind of like laddering in and trying to just undercut the next person, undercut the next person, undercut the next person. That's when the price fall drops very fast. If you can then get in at around that sort of mint price, then you're looking quite good. If you can get in under mint and you're really a big fan of this project, then by all means jump in. What you want to do, and I'm on Cosmic Labs as an example, go to the activity tab in Opensea. You can then scroll down and see a minute ago, 3 minutes ago, 4 minutes ago, 5 minutes ago. What you can then see is how many of these items are being purchased. Now you need to look out for this activity because you need to look and see how many purchases are happening within like a 1 minute period, say. So you can then see how fast people are buying up, so you can then see how fast the price fall could drop or rise. Now this means that if there is a purchase, a price that you'd like, and people are listing, then you realize that it is going to be bought up quite fast. So you need to be careful when you are kind of buying in and paying gas. One of my suggestions would be is look for the second or third lowest price, because then it means that you've got more of a chance, because people will then jump in to try to buy the lowest one, which will then give you a chance to actually get your transaction pushed through. So if you do this about 1 hour afterwards, you should get these people starting to feel like they're going to be losing out on what they've actually got. The price floor is dropping, some sort of FUD is in the project in the system, which means you can then come in and get a good deal when it comes down to the purchase price. Now, the next period in which you may discover a project or you may be buying in is like a day or so after the project has kind of had some huge volume. Now, you may come across a project like this a day or so after it's launched or it has revealed, and the volume is starting to slow down. Now, you can see here that over a 1 hour period, there have been about 10 or 15 sales. So with a project like this, what you can then do is I would track it for a 3 to 4 hour period, just periodically, just having a look and seeing where the price floor goes. Now, at this stage of time, you're going to get a little bit more stability when it comes to the price. You're not going to make those huge crazy gains that you getting in at mint or on a whitelist, but you're less likely to FOMO in when the price is a lot higher and the price floor has dropped, because some of the momentum and the craziness and the frothiness of the project has actually slowed down. So when it comes down to a project that has been released, what I would do is I would actually have a look at the mint price. So you go to their website, we can see what they are being minting for. So we can see the cost is 0.05 ETH. So with a buy like this, what I would do is I would actually sit on this for a day or so to kind of see where the movement is. You could FOMO in, but then there may be a chance that the price floor could drop. This is a chance we can actually jump in and have a look at the stability that sort of 2 to 3 days after a project has launched. And this is what I would do, because as you can see with this project here, it had a mint price of 0.05 and the price floor is sitting quite high, which then means that some people will be taking some profits off the table. Now, the next buy indication that you might want to do is when you found a project sort of a week or two after it has been launched. You like the art, you like the project, you like the community, and you want to jump in and check it out. Now, I'm going to use Sneaky Vampire Syndicate as an example. What I would do is I would actually sit on it for as long as it has come out within reason. So just say you had been looking at Sneaky Vampire Syndicate a week after it had launched. What I would then do is I would sit on it for another week to see where it goes. Because if you have found a project, there's no need jumping in really fast, really quickly straight away. You can actually kind of write it out and see where it goes to see if it's a good buy. What you're essentially looking for is an indication on where a floor may come in, because a month after a project has minted, the hype has essentially died down. Now it's on the community and the team to kind of keep going. So if you're using a tool like this, which is Nansen, I've actually got a link to a tutorial up here, which is quite good. Nansen is a paid software, but it's very good when it comes to the data and the stats when it comes down to NFTs. But the idea is you can use a tool like Nansen to have a look at these projects and see where they're going and see where a good buy might come in. And the idea is you should never jump in or FOMO into a project because you really like it. You should wait to see an indication of a floor come in or something that happens. What I will say is that when you do see a floor come in, you may be then thinking it's going to go down further, and then you'll be waiting for an indication that it will pump up, and then it pumps up, and then you feel like you've missed it. So to sum this up, if you can get on a whitelist or a pre-sale, don't buy in straight away. Give it an hour or so, give it a day or so, however long that whitelist period runs for, to see what happens with the secondary market and what the consensus is of the people that will be in the public sale. Then you can buy in if you feel like there is some momentum, but don't buy in straight away. When it comes down to the public sale, be there as the drop happens and monitor it and see how many are minting, how fast, because you don't want to then jump in on the public sale and be one of those 2,000 people that buys up initially first, and then the project drops off and it dies out and it doesn't actually run up. Now, the next part is if you can't buy in on the whitelist or the public sale, do not buy before the reveal. When the reveal happens, the price floor will drop. Now, the reason that you should wait for the reveal is the chance of you actually having a rare is low, and that's why people are holding them and the price is artificially high, because everyone has a chance at getting a rare. What I would then do is once the reveal happens, wait an hour for people to start actually refreshing the metadata and actually kind of revealing what they have. The price floor will start to kind of drop. Have a look at the activity section when it comes down to Opensea to see the frequency that people are buying, and then when people are listing. When people are listing, don't buy the very lowest price, buy the second or the third lowest, so you can actually get a chance at getting it, so someone doesn't come in and pay a little bit higher gas and actually kind of snipe that purchase from you. If you can't actually buy in after the reveal and you discover the project sort of a few days after or a week after, what I would then do is employ a day or two of patience and watching the project to see what the volume and the activity is like when it comes down to the project. 2 or 3 days after, unless the project is absolutely flying and absolutely hammering, the price will be kind of getting to a cool off period where the people that are waiting for these 100x gains aren't getting them. They're then going to list it to try to get some money off the table to then jump into another project. So there's no need to FOMO in. When it comes down to a project that's been out for sort of 4 weeks, a month, 2 months, what you should then do is almost use the amount of time that you've seen that project or the amount of time that project has been out to then wait and track the daily progress of the project when it comes down to pricing to see where a price floor can come in, because you don't need to rush into a project that has been out for a month. When you see an indication of a price floor coming in, you can then jump in and buy with a little bit more certainty. If you jump into a project that's been out for a month or so and you jump into it and FOMO straight in, you may actually catch it on the tail end of it coming down. As always, you should do your own research and you should only pay what you feel comfortable paying when it comes down to a project. So anyway, this is a different kind of video. I hope you got a little bit of value out of it when it comes down to my thought processes on buying into a project and not FOMOing in and kind of getting caught up in the Discord chat and that action that happens when it comes down to pre-sale, the mint, and the days after the project. As always, it's been a pleasure having you with me, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.